How are you today? And welcome to Heavenly Touch Technology, owning your own business. And there's a special slide about how to utilize and the benefits of social media. Social media. Hey guys, my name is Dr. Antonio Arnold, and I come to you representing Heavenly Touch Technology. And I just want to talk to you today about a few things. But before I share about the business aspect, there's something you should know about me. One, just a little bit about my background. I'm a 1984 proud graduate of Petersburg High School, and I'm also a graduate from the vocational education side, with an emphasis in electronics. I'm also a graduate of Virginia State University, holding a Bachelor's of Individualized Study with specialization in industrial technology with a great emphasis on military science and electronic engineering. I'm also a graduate of Liberty Baptist Theological Seminary, where I hold a Master of Divinity in Professional Ministry, a Master of Religious Education, and a Master of Theological Studies. Very important. I love education, guys. But I'm also a graduate of the Frederick L. Ray Biblical School of Theology. Basically, it will focus on biblical theology. I have an MDiv from there as well as a Doctorate of Divinity and a Bachelor of Theology, to name a few. Been a pastor over 16 years plus. And this is an old slide, so it's 22 years of ministry that I had the opportunity to serve a number of ministries, particularly my own, as well as my own that I have founded. Served in the Army Air Force. I'm also a veteran of 18 plus year and a disabled veteran of 100%. I am a co-author of three books. One is We Are Living in the Finished Work of Christ, which I co-author with my wife, Breaking the Chains of Bondage of the Tradition of the Church. And Hurricane Katrina from my experience in New Orleans while on active duty. It definitely has changed my life. It definitely has given me a different perspective on charity and giving and helping other people while I was in service. But I've been in the technological service industry for over 30 years, guys. So I'm just super excited about what I'm about to share with you. Been an entrepreneur since 1996. Always wanted to own my own business. I'm just like the blood of my grandfather, John Lafayette Arnold. He has been an entrepreneur in our family for a long time. God rest his soul. And he was very instrumental in Oklahoma. He owned a store. He owned a construction company back in, and this you had to realize this is back in the 30s, mind you. So he's done very well, creating jobs for my cousin and for my family. So it's in our blood, as we sort of say. And I also have been a consultant for travel and vacation, and in a number of other industry, from jewelry to makeup to insurance, you name it, I've done it. And matter of fact, I own a number of consultants. So if you'd like to learn more about it, just get with me, and we'll definitely point you in the right direction. Of course, I do have a ministry called Church Without Walls. It's an online ministry where I preach the word and I put information out to help the saints of God in today's modern world. I've also been endorsed by the Evangelical Church Alliance. Evangelical Church Alliance is a great endorser. Those of you who are looking into professional ministry such as hospital chaplain, full-time prison chaplain, Army chaplain, Air Force chaplain, Navy chaplain, Coast Guard chaplain, and the list goes on, even up to congregating a chaplain in Congress. Guys, in order for you to serve in those capacities, you have to have an ecclesiastic endorsement, a religious endorsement, not a church, but an organization that is structured to manage, to encourage, pastors, ministers, chaplains around the world and helping them have success and also keeping the faith according to the word of God. So guys, Evangelical Church Alliance, you can Google it. It's a very good organization, like I said, and I've been with them for, ever since 2011. To the point. So, guys, definitely you want to have an ordination with this organization first and foremost, and they do believe in the scriptures. So, let's move on. And again, I had the opportunity to serve a number of commander-in-chief. My experience speaks for itself. And guys, the sky's the limit. Only you can limit yourself. And I took advantage of every opportunity, every educational program that's within the Army and the Air Force, every opportunity for promotion, every opportunity for education. So, guys, if you're in the service, take advantage of what's there. From hands-on learning to education, online education that you can participate yourself that will help you in your career, but also help the people around you. So, guys, don't ever think that you can't move and fulfill your dreams, because I have the opportunity to do so. A little bit of background. My wife, of course, she's a fellow alumni of Liberty University and the Frederick A. Way Biblical School of Theology, and is also a graduate from Virginia State University. We did everything. We believe in doing things together. Maybe we'll write a book about that too. But she has a background in human services and has been a human service consultant in the industry for over 43 years plus. Can you imagine that? Guys, she got a world of experience. So if you're looking to become pursue a career in human services, you definitely want to talk to her. We both co-authored 3 books, as you see on the right. Private business entrepreneur since 1996. And this is our store, our first store on Grove Avenue, Petersburg. We were able to acquire a micro enterprise loan. Okay, guys. So, if you can't get a large loan, you can always get a small micro loan that will help you receive the capital you need to get started. Okay. That's a little bit of our past. Man, I was much younger. Yes, but they go to show time flies. But yes, when you have a dream to pursue, no matter what, you can pursue those dreams. It's always available. Now, one of the things I like to talk about when it comes to being a business owner, if you look to be a business owner, whether you go into network marketing, whether you're going to create your own brand, or you're running someone else's business, you have to have a mindset of an entrepreneur. Okay, you have to have the mindset of an entrepreneur, not an employee. I'm going to share a few nuggets that I have posted right here on the screen that can help you. That how these guys, some nuggets these guys have shared. That way, that let you know they have the mindset to win. So let's take ET Eric Thomas. And his brand is ET, a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, Dr. Eric Thomas. We dropped out of high school, got into trouble, got into crime, and the guy turned this later on. Somebody hit him in the head, talked to him, and hit him in the head, and he got his life changed. He's changed his life, and he shared his experience to a lot of people all the time, and he always talking about taking that step. He said, he's one of his things. I loved what he always said. He said, be phenomenal or be forgotten. Guys, we got to be phenomenal. We got to do things extraordinary that ordinary people don't do. Because if you don't do the extraordinary things, people are not going to remember you. Okay? That was his thing. You have residual bills. Why not have residual income? That's always my thing. Because I'm telling you, residual bills always going to leverage you, because you're going to always need to pay your electric bill. Warren Buffett is a great investor. The man been in investment over 50 years. The man knows what he's doing. He's a billionaire. He owns Dairy Queen. Guys, this guy's an investor. He invests in stocks. And I'm telling you, if you ever look at his portfolio, you'll be blown away. But he said his biggest thing that I learned from him was to never depend on a single source of income. Are you understanding me? Never depend on a single source. Remember, many of us grew up depending on a single source. That's called a job, one income. And if that job ever shuts down, laid you off of fire, guess what? That income is gone. You have nothing else to hold on or to leverage your lifestyle. And that's not a way to live. His basic philosophy is never depend on a single source. So, guys, definitely if you want to make a change of mindset, and he said, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Isn't that amazing? He got a lot of things to say here, so I just want to leave that up while I talk about other people. But guys, you want to definitely want to make a change, a mentality first before becoming an entrepreneur. Because being an entrepreneur is neither a part-time job nor a full-time job. Are you hearing me? Because it is a lifestyle. It is not a job. It is not a part-timer. It is not a full-time. It is a lifestyle, and you have to put that in your cranium and embrace it, because it is a lifestyle change. Every person that you watch on television is an entrepreneur. They have the concept. They network. Their circles is around people who are entrepreneurs, not job-related people. Their staff, their help, the people who keep their house clean or cook their dinners, they're the ones that got a job because they pay them their salary. But the people they keep themselves around are the people who are decision makers, who are innovators, who have dreams, and guys who make things happen. J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 men than 100% of my own effort. I totally agree with that. Let that sink in. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And here's the thing on the right, guys, I want you to really suck in, because it really breaks down the difference between a millionaire mindset and a broke people mindset. Okay? One of the things that I notice a lot of millionaires do, and a lot of people who earn six figures income do, they read daily. They set goals. They compliment. They give a compliment. They embrace change. Isn't that wonderful? You got to be flexible, guys. They forgive. They talk about ideas, and they continuously learn and take responsibilities for their failures. Now, I love this, because you want to be around people who share ideas and innovation. You want to be around people who are continuously learning. You want to be around people who will take hold of responsibilities for their mistakes and their failures and own up to it and keep moving. You want to be around people who read daily, who always seeking to have knowledge, who always wanted to train their minds, keep themselves focused, and wanted to set goals. That's the people you want to be around. What you don't want to be, ladies and gentlemen, you do not want the people who watch TV all the time. You don't want to be around people or be a person who never set goals. You don't want to be the person always criticizing. You criticize others. You criticize the president. You criticize your supervisor. You criticize your manager. You criticize the product. You criticize the company. You criticize your neighbor. You criticize your friends. You criticize your cousin. And you criticize yourself. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to. You also don't want to be the person who fears change. I'm telling you, there's people out there who miss opportunities, miss their potential because they do not want to change. You got to be willing to accept and make the change. If you're a promoter, or you're a business owner, or let's say you're a car salesman. I'm going to say you're a car salesman. And there's another way to market your services as a car salesman or as a dealership that's going to bring more capital to you. And you say, we've been doing this way, the wrong way, we're not going to change. Let me tell you something. You're not going to grow. You're not going to reach your potentials or meet your financial goals. And same thing in ministry. I've seen a lot of ministries miss out on great opportunities because they do not want to change, or they do not want to take on the opportunity to make changes that for the modern age that's going to help them grow. True story, true story. Some people say, hey, I'm just doing it this way and we're not going to change. Okay, it's going to die with you. And it's going your church is going to close down. But that's going to be another topic on talking about how to save your church. Okay, another topic. You don't want to hold grudges. You don't want to hold grudges because you hold grudges, it distracts you. Hold grudges distract people from reaching their potential. Holding grudges will alienate the individual from you. If you hold a grudge against an individual, then you miss that opportunity to grow with that individual. That individual may have something that they can share that can help you. And last 2 points, the last 3 points I want to really hit on. You don't want to talk about people. You want to share ideas, not talk about people. If you're talking about people and you're being around people that talk around people, you're wasting time and money. Because whatever time affects time, it affects money. We're going to go into how time works. And we don't think you don't want to be one of those people who think you know it all, because we're always learning. We'll always continue to stay green, because that's how you grow, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know everything, because there's always someone or some entity that know more than you. You don't know it all. I don't know it all. But together we can achieve greatness. All right? Last 2. Blame others for their failures. Unless you take responsibility of your failures, you will not reach your goals. You spend too much time blaming others for your failures, then you're not going to achieve wealth that you had dreamed about. Guys, you got to take responsibility of your failure no matter what it is. Well, is that woman that you sent me? No, it's not. Well, is that person, if you haven't done this to that person, I wouldn't be in this mess. No, you won't. It's your fault. It's your responsibility to suck it up and move on. Stop blaming other people for your problems. Stop blaming everybody who you don't even know about your problem. Well, that's why this economy is in a mess. No, it's not. There's a lot of factors that are driving forces that affects the economy. One is worldwide spending. And when the world markets take a shift to a different direction, that affects the industry of a particular market. War affects the market. Okay? When one economy is hurting and they cannot be a perfect player, guess what? That affects your bottom line too. So stop blaming others for your failure. Stop blaming the presidents and the politicians for your failures, because they have nothing to do with you. All right? Let's stop blaming. Let's take responsibility. Let's follow the millionaire mindset and not the broke mindset. Okay. Here I want to show you some failures, some individuals that have failed, but I want to take a look on their left, the Black Wall Street. Did you know there was a Black Wall Street? Did you know there were black millionaires? And I'm being black African American descent myself. I feel very good to know that you got movers and drivers all back in the 20s and 30s, okay, if not before that, who taken an opportunity to network among themselves to build an empire. Now, this empire, this Black Wall Street that's known back in the past, because it was only supposed to be two different societies, but yet equal, which is not equal. You have the 500, 600 businesses in the location. This could be in Atlanta, Georgia. This could be Richmond, Virginia. This could be in Oklahoma City. This could have been in Florida. And guys, I'm here to tell you, Black Wall Street, is still around. It's all Wall Street as far as I'm concerned. But you got great minds working together. So it goes back to a millionaire mindset and broke mindset. Even though Black Wall Street is gone, the Black Wall Street on each and every individual is still alive. You still got people, African Americans descent, owning businesses, buying corporations, building an opera empire. You got you got more churches than ever before. You got restaurants, people were opening restaurants all the time, grocery stores, movie theaters. Guys, we need more movie theaters. I think the industry has changed because now it's online download, but or I can't remember, Netflix. So create your own Netflix. Private airplanes. We need private airlines. You know, corporations have taken over such a way that it's almost like it's very difficult to do it now, but you can do it in another country. But there's always an opportunity where you can obtain wealth. But I want to show you some individuals who have failed and have not given up. Now here's their story for their telling. Now these are the famous on the right, famous failures, and see if you can relate to any one of them. Okay, Michael Jordan, for example. You know Michael Jordan, famous basketball player, actor, definitely an entrepreneur who owns a great stake in Nike's, been in a number of commercials. The man's a six-figure earner and owns an estate. How he do that is by failing. Why? How? Because after being cut from his high school basketball team, he went home, locked himself in his room, and he cried. But after he cried, he shook it off and kept going. Albert Einstein, he wasn't able to speak until he was almost 4 years old, and his teacher said he would never amount to much. He had a learning disability, and at that time of his life, later in his life, he became one of the most brilliant scientists in all times, creating the thing that we know goes boom, nuclear weapon. Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, at 30 years old, he has left a devastated and depressed after being unceremoniously removed from the company he started. Of course, he got it back, and then later on he died. You know the rest of the history. The Beatles was rejected by Decca recording studio, who said, "We don't like their sound. They have no future in show business." You know the history with that. Oprah Winfrey was demoted from her job as a news anchor because she wasn't fit for television. You know she owns her own network. You know she owns her own magazines, products, weight loss products. She owns her own brand in a lot of areas, and she makes billions in her sleep. Walt Disney was fired from the newspaper from lacking imagination and having no original ideas. That man got more original ideas in his grave that he carried with him than they ever could imagine. I'm telling you, that man was brilliant to bring us Disney World. Well, Lucille Ball spent many years on B-list, and her agent told her to pursue a new career. And let's not forget R.H. Macy's. You know Macy's stores, everybody love to go to Macy's. He started 7 businesses that failed. But with his department store but hit it a bit big with his department store in New York called Macy's. Now Macy's is a common name. So guys, I truly believe with this statement, if you never tried, if you never failed, you never tried. If you never failed, you never tried. So why entrepreneurship? Why are we talking about entrepreneurship? Why would you want to be a business owner and an entrepreneur? Knowing that the failure rate is high, the risk is high, but the reward is high too. Well, number one, you want an opportunity to control your destiny. You want freedom to spend your time doing what is important to you. You want unlimited earning possibilities, ladies and gentlemen. and you want location independence, a chance to leave in a lasting legacy. So let's talk about opportunity to control your destiny. When you work 9 to 5, and I have done that, I have worked from 9 to 5, and I have worked from 7 to 7, 7 in the evening to 7 in the morning, 12-hour shift, in some cases 22-hour shift. You're at the mercy of your boss and the company you work for. Can we all agree with that? They can desire to hire and or fire you. They decide how you spend your 8 hours every day, and what happens in those 8 hours affects you beyond that. Okay? You have little control in your exchange. They give you a paycheck every 2 weeks, once a month, or every week. They give you a paycheck so you can come back the next day. The problem is in today's economy, there's problems in today's economy that there's not enough flexibility. People are not earning enough. The fight is to raise the minimum wage. And guess what? They raised the minimum wage, and I remember seeing $3.50 an hour, $5 an hour, $7.50 an hour as minimum wage. Now they're looking at, periodically in the course of 10 years, $15 an hour. The problem and concern I have with that is that it's still not giving you an opportunity to get ahead. And the reason I said that, because when you're given a nationwide minimum wage mandate or initiative to people who need this kind of income, it also gives the cost to live an opportunity to raise prices. To raise prices on rent, interest rate, mortgages, basic living, restaurant food costs, all that goes up. So you're right back where you started from. That's the problem. And back in the days, you used to think you can work 20 years and get a great pension to retire. Those days are gone. Companies can cut you right on the dime right before Christmas. And I've seen a lot of companies reduced because they're looking out for their stock value. They're looking out for their shareholders who own a portion of the company. So guys, you're more susceptible to lose, and because you have no control of your future. It's just the way the system is set up. But these days, entrepreneurship is the new pension plan, ladies and gentlemen. That's the good news. Entrepreneurship gives you control. Your income is too important to leave in the hands of someone else. Wouldn't it be better for you to have control of your income? Absolutely. Next is freedom to spend your time doing whatever is important to you. Life is too short, ladies and gentlemen. Life is short, and time is the one thing we'll never see it. They get back. I mean, we just won't get it back. This makes time one of your most valuable resources, and you should treat it accordingly. Don't waste time. Take advantage of the time you have. Leverage your time and money. Entrepreneurship gives you the ability to balance your time. If you have a family or other life circumstances come up, you can decide to forego any work for that day and take care of your family. You don't have that kind of flexibility on the job. Your work should be fitted into your life, not the other way around. You right now, many people around the world, life is fit around their job. You can't move until your job tell you to move. You can't really structure your life because your life is ingrained around your job. You have to be there in that 8 to 12 hour period. After 12 hours, you got to fit your life around that 12 hours. Your family, your school, your hobbies, your nonprofit organization, all have to fit around that job. That job comes first. That's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. That's the reality. But through entrepreneurship and hard focused work, you can change that. There are many people who are living the lifestyle today who are not, life is not centered around their job. Their job is centered around them, their career, their business. And here's the part I love too: unlimited earning possibilities. At a job, you earn a potential is set by the job or the contract a union negotiates, if there's a union involved. On average, you can get a raise and promotion depending upon your job. But those are the exceptions, not the rule. It is not the rules, ladies and gentlemen. It's just the exception. Your earning potential is capped no matter how long you stay at that job. Guys, there are people right now still making the same amount of money they made 10 years ago. There are people who, matter of fact, let's get off topic for a second. Everybody wants $15 an hour, but there are people who work very hard to get to $15 an hour. So the moment $15 an hour become the standard, they're instantly, after 15 or 20 years of work, their earnings become minimum wage instantly. And guess what? Some companies may not give you a raise. They may say you're going to continue to earn $15 an hour just like everybody else, even though you have a certificate, diploma, or a degree. That's the sad reality. But the beautiful thing about being an entrepreneur, you do not have these kind of caps and stigmas that will hold you back from your potential. Let's say, for example, to be fair, you could earn nothing at your business. You know what I mean? And I've seen that happen. I have experienced that myself. There's no guarantees, guys, that you're going to make money. Just to be fair, you can make absolutely nothing in your first year. You can make absolutely nothing in your first week or your first month. But those who jump into entrepreneurship are what? They are self-motivated to build a profitable business. They're going to push to make a profit. Entrepreneurs aren't happy with the status quo and continue to grow their business and their income. Isn't that a beautiful thing? You have no caps. Only you can make the change on your lifestyle and your income. Okay? There's no caps. Now, if you have a job, you got a cap. I put in for a job years ago. For example, I put in for a job years ago when I used to work for the federal government. It was a GS5 position. Okay? GS5. I transferred to another GS5 position, and my income dropped because the other one is more civil military related than the other. And because of that, they pay more for the civil military than the silver. If that makes sense. So I said, wait a minute, I thought whatever I earn as a federal employee over here, I can transfer it over here. And it's not so. It's not true. Those days are gone, man. They're not going to pay you unless you have absolutely something they need. A skill that they need that can make it more efficient for them or more profitable. And they still win because you're not a director. But guys, that's the status quo. The beauty of entrepreneurship is that there are no gatekeepers to keep your income regulated. Did you know that? There's no regulations when it comes to income. You can earn as much or as less as you want. The opportunity is up to you. You have, like I said, you have to be self-motivated. You have to have that drive to build. Warren Buffett had that drive as an investor to build an empire for himself and his family. And then at the same time, he taught his children how to build theirs. Location independence. Let's talk about that. The beauty of having your own business is the ability to create something that supports you no matter where you are in the world. There are more than 2.5 million people online daily, which means you could have an unlimited customer base and build a location independent online business. Now, here's the thing, guys. 2.5 billion people online daily. That was 2 years ago. There's 2 times that number of people online now. Potential customers for you, for your business. There's no limits of location. I can have customers in Indonesia. I can have customers in China, Japan, Uganda, Kenya, or Ghana. I can have it all over the world and still operate from one location because of the power of the internet. Okay? Being online is the new business format, guys, because it connects you to a world of people, not just your local, down the street. You are now international, have international access to customers. 2.5 billion. Think of it, if you have at least 10% of the customer base and distribution, what would your life be today? Just think about that. You no longer do you have to be tied down to any one location, ladies and gentlemen. I market my company all over the country. So I'm not limited to just one location. Ladies and gentlemen, you have the freedom to be where you want to be. This is great because different environments can foster innovations and creativity. A few years back, and like I said, this is an old slide. A few years back, I have the opportunity to travel to 12 states in this country, all over this country, and still made money. And I proved that to my wife. You just can't beat that. Just to be in another location and there's still residual income coming to your door. Now, you can't do this with a job. You can't do that with a job. Because the day you stop working is the day your paycheck stops. Your earning potential stops. And what little leave time that you have built up is used up. Whether it be 5 days, 2 weeks, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. Doesn't matter. But I had an opportunity to travel, and I wasn't worried about anything. Warren Buffett travels all over the world, and he doesn't worry about anything. Barack Obama, he was president. Yeah, he get a pension for that. Great. But he was an entrepreneur before he became president. That man was a $7 million earner. That man had his own book that was published by him and that sold over millions of copies around the world. And he knows how to leverage. He's an investor too. He's not just a great speaker, he's a businessman. Every president that's ever sit in that Oval Office is a businessman. Don't believe that they're not, because they are. Every congressman and woman is business individual. They own a business. They may not talk about it because there may be a conflict of interest. They may transfer control to another person, like Donald Trump did. He transferred control to his son. So there would not be a conflict of interest. I'm just using that as an example, but it's true. So guys, entrepreneurship gives you that independence. Okay? The chance to leave a lasting legacy has always been a dream since ancient times. Let me show you. When you build your dream business, it can carry on to your kids and their kids. What starts as a quest for freedom can end as a something that is your family for generations. A company like Ford has been passed down through generation to generation and continue to impact lives. Only how I know that, I drive the vehicle they manufactured. I have a Lincoln and a Ford F-150, all just manufactured by Ford and purchased by customers like myself. They're an international company. They started off local, but now they're an international company manufacturing cars and trucks all over the world. Have different brands and names. So guys, they got it. His family's set for life. Walmart, Sam Walton of Walmart, biggest distribution grocery chain and distribution company in the world, and his families are set for life. That man's dead and gone, but yet his family, it impacts lives, and this generation wealth continues to grow. That's just to name a few. There's more, but there's more, but I just want to hit those 2 points just real quick. Now think about this. Back to you. If you start a business and it started out as something you're passionate about, that passion will impact the lives for years and generations. You can leave your children something to be proud of, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you wrote a book, came out a new software, and I mean, I'm looking at my Intel computer, Intel Platinum. Somebody has created this Intel processor, got a patent, got it registered, and now their family is set for life under the name of Intel. You find Intel processors in just about every laptop, desktop computer. So guys, it's real. It's real. You can make an impact. All you have to have is a vision. Okay? Be passionate about your dreams. Be passionate about what you want to do. I mean, don't look to follow somebody else's dream. Build your own. Build your own brand. I've been in network marketing almost off and on 20 years, and one thing I've learned from my leaders that have taught me, they taught me to build my own brand. Build your own brand. Build your own identity that sets you apart from everybody else. That's what you do. That's how HTT was born. Heavenly Touch Technology, LLC was born. Because I wanted my own brand. Yes, I love network marketing. I love selling different products and having and building a team, an organization that is self-moving, that I can will to my children. But I also want to have my own brand that I control. And that way I can train up my children and my grandchildren and prepare them to take over. And that way their children will not have to want. We live in a time, ladies and gentlemen, when we can use technology and the internet to create the business and lifestyle we love. It's not going to be easy, but it will take time. You will go through some ups and downs, some bumps along the way, but it is possible. If you're thinking about making the leap of faith, make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have your plan written down like a business plan. Write it down. Set goals. Study. Read books in the area of expertise that you're trying to duplicate or build. If you want to design a new, better way to for people to have a mobile chair, like a better wheelchair experience, you definitely had to have some type of engineering background or some designer background, or be around people who knows, who partners with you. But it's all possible, guys, to live your dreams. Take the leap of faith. You don't want to turn your dream into a nightmare by not taking the initiative. Take the initiative today to build your dreams. And always having an emergency plan. That's what goes back to my policy and procedure. Always have an emergency plan just in case. A contingency plan. That's one thing they taught me in the Army. In the Army, they always tell you always have a plan and a contingency plan. Always have an emergency backup plan, just in case. Have a clear plan for your business and a plan for growth. Have a plan to market your business that goes beyond the glitches. Don't jump into this world until you understand what's involved that's totally involved that will make it work. But have a plan, guys. Have a piece of paper. Have a digital plan ready and follow that plan to the letter. We're coming to celebrate a new year in 2020. And there's another chance to do all the things you wanted to do in life. But do it now while it's still time. Do it now while it's still 2019. Don't wait till next year. Do it now. Make it happen. Okay? Now, what I'm going to share with you guys is a video from one of my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki has built a global empire. I mean, this man is a military veteran. He served in Vietnam. His poor dad, he wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. His dad told him to get a job. Go to college, get good grades, and get a job. The same, we've all been told that. But his rich dad told him to be an investor. And he came up with a formula. And I want to let him do the talking. I'm going to be quiet and let him do the talking because he knows 100% of the information. So guys, sit back, take some notes, listen to this gentleman because he's the know of the know. I have the opportunity to sit in a number of his sessions. I have learned a great deal, and I'm applying what I have learned to build my business. All right, here you go.
And the next sacred cow is get a job or go to school and get a job. Now, the problem with getting a job is who do you think pays the most taxes? The owner of the business or the worker? To that, I'll turn to my accountant here, Tom.
Well, it's clearly the employee who's paying the most taxes. And, I started as an employee right out of school, and I was paying high taxes. Even though my job is to reduce taxes, I was paying high taxes. And then I started, I know, ironic, isn't it? and then about 15 years ago, I started my own business. I started my own CPA firm, and I was now self-employed, and I was even paying more taxes. So it wasn't until I started acting like a bigger business and was really a significant sized business that I started paying less taxes. And it's because it's the business owners and it's the entrepreneurs and it's the investors, the active investors, that really pay the least amount of taxes.
Time out. During this program, you'll hear a lot about ESB&I, also known as the cash flow quadrant. E stands for employee. Employees have a job. S stands for self-employed small business or specialist, like a doctor or lawyer. These people own a job. B stands for big business, 500 employees or more, and these people have other people working for them. And I stands for an investor, and investors have their money work for them. Now, my poor dad always said to me, go to school and get a job, and he wanted to become an employee or a specialist like a doctor or a lawyer. My rich dad said, if you want to be rich, you have to be on the business owner or the I side. And that's the difference between my rich dad and my poor dad. If you look at the cash flow quadrant, you have the E, S, B, and I. The people that go to school are on the E and the S side. The S stands for specialists like a doctor or a lawyer, and E's are employees. But doctors and lawyers pay the highest taxes, right?
Oh, by far. It's those people that are self-employed, because not only are they paying the highest income taxes, they also get the privilege of paying Social Security taxes and Medicare taxes on everything they earn. So they're paying extra taxes just to be in that S quadrant.
Right. So when you go to school, again, this academic and professional, you go to school, and my mother wanted me to be a doctor. If I had followed in that footsteps, I'd be paying the highest tax possible. and they make a lot of money, but they pay the highest percentage in taxes. So that's why this relates back to go to school.
That's right. And they actually have the fewest options of reducing their taxes. The tax laws are really geared towards those people who are creating jobs. And those are the entrepreneurs, those people who are creating housing and, building real estate, because the government understands that's what we need. We want the private sector to do that. And so we're rewarded for doing what the government wants us to do. And that's really all the tax law is. It's a system of rewards for people doing what the government wants you to do.
Plus, the other part of it too is this whole idea of getting a job. There was some kind of a myth out there that goes with get the job, get a safe, secure job. And so that by getting a job, somehow you're going to be taken care of for the rest of your life. And all you got to do is pick up any paper to see how many tens of thousands of people are losing their jobs. There are no safe, secure jobs. And now we're competing with India and Asia for jobs that were sacred to America at one point in time. So this whole idea of having a job that was secure is probably the most insecure thing you could be doing right now.
The idea of a secure job is an industrial age idea.
Exactly.
The only option is put into your head is go get a job. And I wasn't
It's brainwashing.
I wasn't around entrepreneurs. I wasn't around business owners growing up. I was around employees.
When I first started my company 15 years ago, I went back to my class reunion, which is always an interesting thing. And I remember saying to them, I started a company about 5 years ago, and they looked at me like, oh, and some of them even said it. They go, you're so brave. And I'm thinking, I've had this company for 5 years now. That is the longest I had ever worked anywhere.
See, without financial education, you have to get a job. What's tragic today with so many people losing their jobs, they go back to school to get another job, but they're now competing with their kids. That's insanity. So we're not saying jobs are bad. We're just saying as entrepreneurs, our job is to create jobs. The government doesn't really create jobs. They need more entrepreneurs.
I didn't even know there was another option growing up. I didn't know there was another option. I thought all you could do was get a job. So again, it's not right or wrong to be an employee, but I'd like to know what my options are.
Right, because when you were in school, did they say, go to school, get your diploma so you can become an entrepreneur? I mean, you'll never hear that in the school system.
No, they said work your way up the ladder, get the bigger paycheck, get a better job, higher pay.
But you're right, job is the only option that you'll hear in school as a rule.
And job stands for just over broke,
To me, the real issue with the job is it's the highest risk profession you can have, because you only have one client. Now, when I started my business 15 years ago, it was after being fired from a job. And what I recognized was that, I had no control over my life because I had one client. That was my employer. Whereas now I have hundreds and thousands of clients. One client fires me, it's not the end of the world. Now my risk has gone down considerably, almost to nothing. Where when you have a job, it's just a high risk play.
Plus, the other thing is you're in complete control. That's the piece that I like. I like being able to, if I lose a client or
you're an entrepreneur because nobody would hire you.
I'm unemployable. There's no question. But it's nice, like if you're going to lose some business or you do lose some business, you can go out and generate business and fill that gap.
Financial security is more important than job security. Time out. E's and S's get punished for making mistakes, or they lose their job. B's and I's get richer from their mistakes because they learn from their mistakes.
Everybody got it? Everybody got it? Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Let's move on. This is just one of the few companies I invested years ago. Made some money, made a profit, and done very well with it. And just like anything else, company comes and goes. So that's the reality. This is on the slide for this purpose. But guys, you ever looking to go on vacation? Hey, holler at me. But anyway, this is one of the companies I have. I used to be network marketing. So, but it's great to be part of a network marketing company that will pay you residually. Why? Because you're doing customer acquisition, providing for the service, and the company makes money. But there's also nothing wrong with building your own company, your own brand, where you can get paid residually too. Now, many of you will ask the question, what do I need to do? I want to start a business, but I don't know how to get started. I don't know what's the legal ratifications and what are the two that I need to talk to. First thing you want to do is go to the Small Business Administration. Share what your hopes and dreams are. What's your goals? If you have a business plan already, share that with them. If you don't, they'll guide you in the right direction to point you to professions that will help you create a business plan like myself. So you need a business plan. Here's the address. These people were very instrumental in connecting me to business loan companies where I can get capital. And that's the location, this is the address, and that's the phone number. You definitely want to get them a call, because if you're looking to build your dreams or business, or whether go your real estate, go open a laundromat, it doesn't matter. If you have the drive and the aspiration, passion, guys, definitely get with these people, and they will help you, or get with HTT. So we talk about creating jobs. We talk about the beautiful things about being an entrepreneur, the benefits. But so let's put it all together. How many of you utilize social media? How many of you go to websites to make purchases, or you have your own website? Because if you have a Facebook account, you're on social media. And if you know anything about Instagram, you're on social media. Companies are taking advantage of social media because it's such a broad and huge customer base to build a business. And this is the opportunity to do it. So let's talk about social media and website. Why social media to promote your business? Well, it makes sense. Social media generates a huge amount of data about your customer in real time. This is real time. You see everything about your customer on real time. Every day there are 500 million tweets. More than that now. 4.5 billion likes on Facebook. 95 million photos and videos uploaded into Instagram. Behind these staggering numbers is a wealth of information about your customers. Who are they? What they like? And how they feel about your brand. So you can market to these customers based on the information I just shared with you already. And if you want to increase your brand awareness and loyalty, then that's what you do. When you have the presence of social media, you make it easier for your customers to find and connect with you. And by connecting with your customers on social media, you are more likely to increase customer retention and brand loyalty. A study by the Social Habits shows that 53% of the Americans who follow brands are more loyal to those brands. Running target ads on real-time results. On social media, you can create a social ad. Social ads are an inexpensive way to promote your business and distribute content. They also offer powerful targeting options so that you can reach the right audience. For example, if you run an ad campaign in LinkedIn, you can segment by things like location, company, job titles, gender, and age. That's how you set it up, and the list goes on. If you're running a Facebook ad, you can target based on location, demographic, interest, behavior, and connection, and not to mention age. You can track and measure the performance of your social ad in real time. To generate higher converting leads, social media increase sales and customer retention through regular interactions. Regular interaction, guys. I'm really serious about that. And timely customer service. In 2015, Sales Best Product Practice Studies from Research Institute MHI Global, world-class company, rated social media as the most effective way to identify key decision makers and new business opportunities. In the state of social selling in 2015, nearly 75% of the companies that engage in selling on social media reported an increase in sales in 12 months. That's real. So it goes back to what? increasing sales through what? Customer retention, through regular interaction, and a timely customer service. You want to get that product to that customer as fast as possible, okay? Or service. Next, now to provide rich customer experience, even if you're on social media, most of your customers expect you to be. Are you on Facebook? Are you promoting your business on Facebook? Do you have a business page? That's the thing customers are looking for, because they spend more time on social media than any other time, even between work. Over 67% of the consumers now go to social media for customer service. They expect fast response time and 24/7 support, and the companies they deliver wins out. A study by the Aberdeen Group showed that companies engaging in social customer service see much bigger annual financial gains. And that's real. A 7.5% growth versus without 2.9%. Which one you rather have? 7.5 or 2.9% growth? The math don't lie. So guys, you definitely want to get into it. Let me give you an example. A friend of mine asked me if I would promote his home that he wanted to rent. Okay? He wanted his house to be rented. Okay? He wanted residual income, which makes sense. So, what did I do? I posted his house with descriptions, square footage, rent rate, and I put it on at least 20 of my ads that I own on social media. And within less than 5 minutes, over 40 people had hit me in reference to that property. So if you're looking to rent a property or sell a piece of property, and of course you got your website, guys, use social media. Social media, my friend was completely overwhelmed. In the first hour, over 300 visits. And out of that 300 visits, over 100 people had inquired about the property. 50% of them wanted to rent. And now that's just based on the first 5 hours. So because you can imagine my phone was just buzzing off the hook and my computer was rolling, because it created a market for my friend, the consumer. Okay? So guys, there's so many ways you can create wealth through social media. And if you'd like to receive training, I will be more than happy to teach you. So why social media again? Increased website traffic and search ranking. One of the biggest benefits of social media for businesses is using it to increase your website traffic. Not only does social media help you direct people to your website, but the more social media share you receive, the higher your search ranking will be. For example, if a person follows Hootsuite on Twitter, retweet this post, it's more likely to rank higher on Google. And the results, and I'll tell you, the result page for the variation of the social media for that business, it will definitely increase. Find out what your competitors are doing. The best way to find out what your competitors are doing is to go on social media and monitor their key information about their competitor. You want to do the kind of intel that will allow you to make strategic decisions to stay ahead of your competition. For example, you can create a search string of Hootsuite to monitor industry keywords and mention of your customer's competitor's name and product. Based on your search result, you can improve the business of your business to offer products enhancements, services, or content that they may be missing. And that's one of the things I have learned over the years. So I was able to make changes on my content. I was able to make changes on my search. So if you type in or speak on your phone, Heavenly Text Technology, guess what? You will not only get a name, a website, you will get my social media, you will also get my location and the services I provide. Boom, it's right there in front of you. So guys, yes, you definitely want to look at your competition, increase website traffic, and to also improve your search engine through Google search. You definitely want to improve that. You want to share content faster and easier. In the past, marketers faced the challenge of ensuring their content reached customers in the shortest possible time. With the help of social media, specifically when it comes to sharing content about your business or the contents or curation, all you need to do is share it on your brand social network account. And if you don't have one, definitely get with me. Now let's talk about geo-targeting content, global locations. Geo-targeting is a very effective way to send your message out to a specific audience based on their location. Social networks like Facebook and Twitter have tools that allow you to communicate to the right kind of content to your audience. For example, I'm using an example. Hootsuite, you can target Twitter message to followers in a specific country, or send a message from Facebook and LinkedIn companies page to specific group based on geographical and demographic parameters. You can also use Hootsuite geo-targeting to find conversation related to your brand. You wanted to build relationships. And social media isn't about blasting your company's sales pitch, on social. It's a two-way conversation. It's a two-way where you have the opportunity to enrich relationship with your customers. For example, on social media, allow tourism brand to create a dialogue with travelers, therefore creating a relationship with customers before, during, and after they have booked a trip with the company. This kind of social media dialogue brand between brand and customer is something traditional advertisements cannot achieve. Here's an example of some of the old of the social media website that I have used over the years, and some of the business opportunity I have been introduced to and have built. Just to give you an idea, of course, I was in network marketing with Good Life. Good Life is a great company, it's a great brand, and that was my website at the time that I was marketing. It has my contact information and email. This is my personal website that I have built. Heavenly Text Technology. It's now the one I have now is totally remodeled, refabric. It's 100% better. Okay, it's 100% better. And after the presentation, when we get, if you like to come get together with me, I can show you a number of social media content that is a truly amazing. That's up to date to this day's market. And of course, on my Facebook page, I created a number of pages. Right now, I got over 35 individual business pages reaching to individual demographics and locations in different languages. Of course, I converted some into different languages, some of it in Spanish, the rest is English. So, guys, don't limit yourself to based on language barriers or demographics. Okay. If you want to reach a global market, reach a global market. If you want to reach a local market or national market, do likewise. Also, you remember Google Plus? This was one of my accounts in Google Plus, and here's my YouTube account right here, where I created and built a number of videos to market my business. Of course, you can make changes, you can delete video content, or you can create video content. It's all up to you. Of course, government agencies, businesses, corporations, definitely take advantage of the social media of Facebook. And here's some example of some of the content that you know and recognize. For example, Petersburg Public School have their own content to reach the public and providing up-to-date information daily for their constituency, for the customers, and for their students and teachers and parents. And that way they have a way of staying in contact with the community, so that way the community knows what's going on at real time. This is the same thing with Virginia State University, U.S. Army Reserve, Philip Morris, and the list goes on and on. And let's not talk about my brand, Heavenly Touch Technology LLC, where I have created a number of business pages where people can view, look for services, get information, or even ministry. If you're a pastor or a minister, or your organization, church organization, or endorsement organization needs a social connection, then I can point them and I can help them with that as well. We also have, so if you want to share about your background, you can create a network on social media about your particular background. Mine is military, so I have a military life of a soldier airman, an NCO officer. I put content, I share content with people. I invite people to come by, and I'm here to tell you, I have almost over 300 subscribers. I have other content that have over 1,000 subscribers that are part of my connection through social media. And like I said, when we get together, and if you would like to take one of my classes and you want me to help you with that, I can go over in further detail. Here's another one, network marketing. I was promoting a network marketing called Good Life. This is one of the pages I created. Someone who wants, and I'm going to tell you, look at that. 6,971 followers, 353. That's a small number. That was back then. But guys, that's how I keep track. Also, here's another one I have created on MySpace. That's my MySpace account. I also have a LinkedIn account. I have a Twitter account. That's Twitter. And of course, Facebook. So guys, there is a unlimited amount of information that way, and social media that can help you increase your income, expand your business, or to help you build your business. Okay, like I said, I can take a product, put it on social media, and bam, people will respond. So if you like to learn more, you definitely want to go get with me, HTT. Now, sources to grow your business. Now, many of you wanted to create and build a traditional business. And like I said, Small Business Administration is a great source. They have the tools to help you. If they have the network to connect you to the right people to help you get started. Some people just need funding to get products. Some people need inventory. Some people need, a little helping hand to start the rent process. Obtaining a building to rent their property. What the Small Business Administration would do is help you get started. They have all that know-how. Many of them are entrepreneurs, or they're no longer working their business, and they're becoming just more a consultant through the Small Business Administration. But guys, here's the website. Again, I have that in reverse, so please forgive me for that. But they'll provide you the roadmap you need to get your business started. You need a loan or a grant, smallbusiness.gov is the way to go. Build a business plan. Again, now if you need a policy and procedure or a business plan, a little bit more detailed, more elaborate than what the Small Business Administration can provide for you, then you definitely want to give HTT a heads up. But here's just to give you information, contact number. They're very good. I recommend them. You definitely would give them a call. All right. And also, if you're looking to obtain free websites that you can build yourself, you can go to GoDaddy. You can go to web.com. McWix.com, SiteBuilder.com. SiteBuilder was the first one I ever used in building a website back in 97, 96 or 97, if I'm not mistaken. And they're still around. The guys, you definitely want to find some free content, get your content out there. If you know how to have an idea of how to do it, just do it yourself. Now, if you want a professional to get it done, go to GoDaddy.com, web.com, or just get with me. It's too easy. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to own your own business or you want to market your business through social media,